Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, and today we will learn that what is Firebase and what Firebase do in our project. So if we are creating our UI, like we have column then container, and we will make beautiful UI like Facebook and Instagram, but from where we will bring the data, like the user data or the posts. So you can see that if your application is offline, then you don't get any type of response from your application, and if your internet is on, then the data is fetched from the backend. So we have Firebase as backend, and Firebase do the same thing. So if you don't know that how to connect Firebase and Flutterflow, even if it is not important in the beginner series to understand all the functionalities of all the systems like column and the row, we will understand the Firebase as well, and also the schema. No collection is created here, but we will learn that how to create a collection. So if you don't know that how to connect Firebase and Flutterflow, then there is a step-by-step guide in our YouTube channel, that how to create a project in Firebase and how you can allow all the users and permissions to your Flutterflow account. So everything, we have created a video on everything. So we will simply copy the project ID after we have done, and we will simply paste the ID here, the Firebase project ID. Now Flutterflow is connected to Firebase, and we will generate configuration files. If you already have configuration files downloaded, or if you want to upload it from from Firebase, then you can do it, but it is the most simplest way to generate configuration files from your Flutterflow Flutterflow application. You can do it from anywhere, like if you are using browser or if you are using desktop app, it doesn't matter. This is Firebase storage section. You can deploy this, or you can use this manage outside of Flutterflow. If you enable this, then you will have all the permission to manage the data yourself. Don't give too much pressure on this point, because we are not literally learning Firebase or backend now. We are learning only the UI elements and widgets works. So here we learned about column, but now we will create a Firestore or Firebase collection. So what is Firestore or Firebase collection? So Firestore or Firebase collection is a NoSQL database. If you don't know what is database, where we store our data, like if we have let's imagine that we have a file called user, and in description you can see that all the user data like name, email and phone number are stored here. Okay, so here we can what data a user can have. So user do have email field. So email is a string, so we will do make it string, and it is not a list. List means if this is a variable, this is the simple variable, this is the variable name, this is the data type, and if we make it a list, then in this variable we can store a lot of emails. But this is the user collection, so in this user collection, the user will be able only to add only one email. So we will not make it a list, we will simply make it a simple string. And the user can also have phone number. So we can add phone number, but the user also can have name. Yes, we will add name. So now you can see that we have two things. Both are string, but we don't need double for now. This is but yes, we need boolean values, we need image path, we need video path, and audio path, document reference, everything we will learn here. But for now, remember that if we are storing a simple data like name, a text, or anything like phone number, you can use string. And if you think that only numbers like phone number should be stored, then you can also use integer. There will be integer value. And you can see that we have a column. In this column we have container. Now in the container we can add a text, and we can get a lot of the whole user's collection data. Like we can get a list of the data we have in our database. So how will we do that? We will learn in the next video. Today it was about how you can create a schema. What is a schema? This is our database. From you don't need to change anything in the Firestore database. As you do here, you will see that the Firestore database collection will be automatically be created. And we have already made a separate video on Firestore rules. So if this is a users collection, then creation should be limited to authenticated users, read should be everyone, and write should be the authenticated users, and delete also authenticated users. And if the data is private or sensitive, that should be accessible only by the user. But we are not making a private mobile application, so we will untick it and we will deploy it. So if you are storing a mobile number like phone number, then you can use integer value. If you are storing a number of items in a list, like you can see that your Instagram account have following list or followers list. So if you are creating a followers list, then you will need document reference of what? Document reference of users. Like you will save a lot of users data in a list, so we will make this a list of document reference of users. So this will be your followers list. So as you can see that these are only data type, these are only variables, but as you can see that you cannot edit the variable name, which is not possible actually in Flutter as well. So you can edit the variable name. After you create it, you can delete any type of variable, but make sure if you are working on a production mode application, then deleting only one variable can have a big impact on your direct production mode projects, and your mobile application can go blank if not correctly done. So that was all about the Firestore thing that new beginner should know. So in the next videos we will learn about the UI elements. Thanks for watching. I see you in the next video.